2025 has already become a heartbreaking chapter in Hollywood history. We've lost legends, rising stars, and unforgettable voices. Some were icons for generations, others gone far too soon, but each one left behind a powerful legacy. Let's honor the stars who shaped our lives and whose lights went out this year. Gene Hackman passed at 95 after complications related to Alzheimer's disease. One of the most powerful actors of his time, he starred in classics like The French Connection, Hoosiers, and Unforgiven. A two-time Academy Award winner, Hackman was respected for his intensity, depth, and command of the screen. He retired from acting in the early 2000s, but his influence never waned. Directors admired him, actors learned from him, and audiences loved him. With a career that spanned generations, Gene Hackman wasn't just an actor, he was a cornerstone of American cinema. His passing marks the end of an era. David Lynch passed at 78 due to pulmonary complications. A visionary director, Lynch crafted surreal and often unsettling masterpieces like Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive. He redefined what storytelling could be, dreamlike, haunting, unforgettable. Lynch's work wasn't just entertainment, it was a mood, a language, a puzzle. His influence shaped not just film and TV, but art, music, and popular culture. Even off-screen, he was a philosopher, curious about meditation, mystery, and meaning. With Lynch's death, we lose more than a filmmaker. We lose a way of seeing the world, but his lens lives on in everything he touched. Michelle Trachtenberg began acting young and stole hearts in Harriet the Spy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Eurotrip. At just 39, she passed from complications related to diabetes, a condition she quietly managed for years. Her blend of charm and vulnerability made her performances timeless. Her death came as a shock, a reminder of the quiet battles many face behind closed doors. Michelle's talent reached across generations, and her impact on fans who grew up watching her is profound. Her roles remain iconic, but it's the spark she brought to every scene that lives on. She left us too soon, but her legacy continues through her work and the memories of those she inspired. George Lowe passed at 67 following complications from heart surgery. Best known as the voice of Space Ghost in Space Ghost Coast to Coast, he revolutionized animated comedy. Lowe's unique delivery, deadpan timing, and surreal style helped make the Adult Swim brand what it is today. Behind the mic, he was humble, funny, and deeply loved in the voiceover community. He brought absurdity to life in a way no one else could. His influence echoes across internet culture and late-night cartoons. With his passing, a distinct voice has gone silent, but the laughter he sparked will continue for generations. Jan Shepard, who starred alongside Elvis Presley in King Creole, passed away at 96 from pneumonia. Her presence on both film and television made her a beloved actress of Hollywood's golden age. Her roles were marked by poise, emotional strength, and timeless elegance. Shepard was a quiet force in the industry, never seeking attention beyond her craft. Over the years, she remained a symbol of old Hollywood, a world that, with her passing, feels even further away. She was part of an era we'll never see again, and with her goes a piece of that classic cinematic spirit. Mark Dobies, 65, passed away quietly in 2025. Known best for his work in soap operas like One Life to Live and Guiding Light, he brought sincerity to every role. Dobies wasn't flashy, but his subtle performances struck a chord with daytime TV audiences. He understood the rhythm of serialized storytelling and gave each character a sense of truth. Though the cause of death was not disclosed, his loss was felt deeply by fans of daytime drama. In a world of heightened emotion and constant plot twists, Dobies was a steady presence. He reminded viewers that even in fiction, real heart matters. Peter Jason died at 80 after a long fight with cancer. Known for roles in John Carpenter films like They Live and In the Mouth of Madness, he was a familiar face for horror and sci-fi fans. Jason was a that guy actor, never the star, but always reliable, always effective. With dozens of television appearances and film credits, he brought weight to supporting roles. Directors loved working with him, and actors admired his professionalism. Peter Jason wasn't flashy, but his work mattered. He was a part of the backbone of Hollywood storytelling, and his absence will be quietly, deeply felt. Just 2 days before his 91st birthday, Richard Chamberlain passed due to complications from a stroke. Known as America's leading man, he rose to fame in Dr. Kildare and captured hearts in The Thornbirds. He brought grace and emotion to every role, making him a standout figure on both screen and stage. Chamberlain's appeal went far beyond his looks. He had a deep emotional presence that made viewers feel every line. With decades of performances that crossed genres and mediums, his career was long and richly layered. His death leaves a void in the world of classic Hollywood charm. Robert Trebor, 71, passed from complications related to sepsis, best known as the fast-talking Salmoneus in Xena, Warrior Princess in Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. He brought comic relief and warmth to the fantasy world. Trebor balanced humor with humanity, becoming a fan favorite. Off-screen, he was known for his intellect and activism. His name was even a palindrome, a fitting symbol for an actor who often turned expectations on their head. He entertained, informed, and inspired. Though his passing was quiet, the joy he gave to fans endures. In every mythic tale, there was always room for someone like Robert Trebor. Wings Hauser, 77, passed away from complications due to COPD. He was a staple of gritty crime films, best known for Vice Squad and various cult television series. His rugged style and raw energy earned him roles that lived in the shadows: detectives, drifters, villains, but his performances always had heart. Hauser brought an edge to every role, leaving an indelible mark on fans of noir and crime thrillers. Even in later years, his presence remained strong. Though his health declined, his legacy remained intact. Hollywood lost a true tough guy with an artist's soul. His final curtain closed, but his films live on. Pamela Bach, known for roles in 80s and 90s TV and for her high-profile marriage to David Hasselhoff, passed at 61 from a self-inflicted gunshot. Fame once followed her everywhere, but in her final years, she lived quietly out of the spotlight. Pamela brought vibrancy to every appearance, whether on screen or the red carpet. Her death saddened fans and resurfaced a recurring theme in Hollywood: how fame can fade, but the pressure never does. Despite personal struggles, she never lost the beauty and brightness that made her captivating. Her passing is a somber reminder that behind every smile might be a silent storm. Nicky Katt passed at 54. His death ruled self-inflicted. Known for sharp-edged roles in Dazed and Confused, The Limey, and Boiler Room, he was a master of making supporting roles unforgettable. His intensity gave scenes bite, and his deadpan delivery always hinted at something deeper. Though never a blockbuster star, his presence was magnetic. Directors praised his instincts, and fans loved his unpredictable characters. Katt stepped away from the spotlight in recent years, but his past work remained revered. His tragic end serves as a reminder. Even the toughest characters may be fighting private battles we never see. Mel Novak passed peacefully at 90. Known for tough guy roles in the 70s and 80s action films like Game of Death with Bruce Lee, he defined a niche of gritty, physical acting. But off-screen, he led a very different life, devoting decades to ministry work, including outreach to prison inmates. Novak was respected not just for his film career, but for his deep spiritual conviction and community service. His dual legacy, as both an actor and minister, made him a rare figure in Hollywood. With a heart as strong as his fists, Mel Novak's passing marked the end of a powerful, purpose-driven life. David Johansen, legendary frontman of the New York Dolls, died at 75 after battling cancer and a brain tumor. Under the persona of Buster Poindexter, he also gave us Hot, 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 a song that still lives on at parties worldwide. With theatrical swagger and musical rebellion, he redefined glam rock and punk. Johansen's style was wild, ironic, and deeply honest. Even in illness, he performed with gusto. His death closed the chapter on a musical era built on chaos, creativity, and charisma. From seedy clubs to TV shows and Broadway, his voice was everywhere, and it will echo on.